Caroline, can I pass the floor over you to just summarize our second panel before we go back to Ricardo for the wrap up?
Yeah, no, thanks so much. And I think one thing that really stuck out for me as well was, you said that you can use the AI as a tool to help us, decipher information, make scenario planning, help us with a number of the planning processes, but then it still needs to be reviewed by a human. And I think that is one thing that I think is going to get increasingly difficult. In the earlier panel, we heard a lot where, often now people don't even know anymore, like how an AI generated something and what's behind it. So I actually feel like that's going to still then need, quite good insight and expertise for people to actually then be able to judge when they review and something created by AI, if they feel comfortable with it. And so I think that's I think the key takeaway for me as well. Just in general, one thing also was that the first panel focused a lot on like the risk knowledge and data, and then in the second panel we looked more at then how is the data being used for like disaster response and management, and you also mentioned the aspect of the communication and dissemination of warnings, and then taking actions ahead in terms of either preparedness or anticipatory action, and then the emergency response. And interestingly, when we were looking into the kind of tools and studies that have been done on AI, it was interesting, especially in terms of like studies and literature, that less than 3% of the studies and literature is on that kind of second and on the later aspects of the use of AI. So most studies that are available on AI are just on the AI using for risk knowledge or on the forecasting, observation, monitoring of hazards, but very little actually so far on the dissemination, communications of warning, and then actually the preparedness to respond. So that's, I think, partially due because a lot of that is more in the kind of gray literature, like it's humanitarians and practitioners and like FEMA and not academics. But for example, in the Met Office we have much more scientists, so maybe it's part of that. But I think that's maybe also a call to everyone here that we need to study that more. Actually, talking to people like Craig, when to actually kind of do a bit of an evaluation analysis on where governments have been using AI to inform their emergency responses and preparedness, where the successes and challenges lie. But yeah, with that, again, just a small plug to say that at the upcoming Global Summit for Good on AI, it's called the AI for Good Summit in July, the Early Warning for All initiative will be launching a publication on the use for AI in early warning system, along with also a solution catalog. So stay tuned on that, and we've been collecting case studies from across partners for that. I would say then thank you so much, Craig, for your presentation, and back to Ricardo.
Thanks very much, Caroline.